Alright lads, so it's finally time for us to check out one of the more powerful characters in Bleach Brave, so surprisingly a Valentine's Day Ruruka. I actually really like her design, and I know Ruruka gets thrown into a lot of seasonal banners, but I honestly don't mind this character choicing. Although I'd be lying if I said I'd prefer this over a Yoruichi apron, I will be honest. Anyway, this Ruruka, honestly, is quite surprising how strong she actually is. But it shouldn't really be a surprise because she is our mom's Limit Breaker character. With that, she has like a really high damage output, a good set of strong attacks, and a lot going for her that's kind of different compared to some other characters. At the same time, while I can't demonstrate it in this video, we will be eventually showcase it in Guild Quest, since she is a heart attribute human, she pairs very well with one of the best supports in the game, Kugo. Kugo is going to give her 40% more damage to any enemy that she inflicts with a status summon, and also 20% more strong attack damage. And that allows her, despite being a ranged holo killer, in the heart attribute to be one of the better heart characters, one of potentially the better holo killers to use in Guild Quest, and it's just thanks to Kugo. And I like that the synergy between the two actually makes sense, given that they're both Fullbringers. Either way though, Ruruka herself is a heart human with the holo kill ability. She herself is a ranged character. That combination is rare in and of itself. We don't have that many good heart holo killers, especially ranged ones. The only other substitute that match the affiliation and killer combination is Swimsuit Rangiku. Her soul trait is 30% more damage at full stamina, overall stronger soul trait. Let's actually have a look at her damage output though. So she has the enemies defeated bonus. After 10 kills, she gets a 20% berserker. After 25 kills, she gets an additional 20% more damage at full stamina. And then after 50 kills, she once more gets 20% more strong attack damage, although in this case, it's a universal team buff. That's going to be good in any situation, any co-op quest, any team game mode, especially something like Limit Breaker, where she wants to be used in. Given that in Limit Breaker, you're not always going to be using a team of 3 hard characters, it's nice that you can finally buff your entire team, even if you're playing with mind characters, power characters, for example. Alongside that, though, she does have a 40% berserker value with Frenzy +2, and when you do inflict a status summon, she has an 80% SP boost. So this character can pack a punch. She really can. She has weakened defense and long stride built into, like, she's surprisingly really powerful. It's weird to say that for a Ruruka who traditionally has always just been good, not like really good. And this character, in my opinion, is really good. For today's build, though, we are going to be using a Fortification Pill, a Super Spirit Javelin, and also a Daddy's Great Whistle, all with 30% SP. And for our links, we're going with a mixture of Recharge, more strong attack damage at full stamina, Recharge and full stamina, and also Recharge and full stamina. Bonus abilities include full stam and also SP. Alright then, so let's take her straight into Cobb, Ultra Inheritance Shards. I think she's strong enough that we can easily take into Cobb. And one thing to know with this character, that she does have the new skill Siphoner, where every 5 seconds you have the chance to potentially inflict drain on any given enemy, and that's going to allow it to potentially keep the SP boost even though you aren't damaging enemies, right? It's an extra way to secure the SP boost, which I think is good. Her SA2 is also a Vortex type of attack, so that's also going to be potentially good to inflict the stat summons, to therefore again get the SP boost. But you can see it, relatively easy first room already. We've gotten 23 kills. Let's back up here, use our SA1. The Beam SA1 I think is really good in her case, especially when it comes to Limit Breaker. And remember, we have really good survivability. So if we do take any type of damage, it's not going to matter all too much. As long as you don't die, we're going to be able to easily get back up to full stamina, potentially just one use of a strong attack too. And already in our second room, we've already maxed out our gauge, where we're then getting, what, like 60% more damage, right? So even though we don't have killer here, our damage output is actually surprisingly really good. Let's not overextend though. Let's use our SA1 there, get close, use our SA3, then use our SA2. And even though Orihime did actually provide us with the barrier, or provided herself with the barrier, it just didn't matter. We were able to stall basically 2-shot. And this is a 1-5 character, by the way. All right, let's go here, use our SA3, goes into the boss stage. Unfortunately, you have to be a tad bit careful with the bosses since you only can apply drain. They can potentially still one-shot you, but since we're doing so much damage to begin with, it doesn't matter. And thanks to the fact that we have built-in Lungshot, we can easily flash slip away and keep ourselves safe. Now, our summon should also hit pretty hard, right? Because we have the full stamina damage, we have the SP boost, and we also have weakened defense. So let's see how strong the summon actually is. It's a cute summon too, by the way. Really do like it. Let's go. Didn't actually nuke for the entire thing, but that's fine. With one strong attack, we're able to basically finish up relatively quick. So for our very first run, I like it. I like it. I like that I'm playing with a Ruruka that's actually good. Like any other past Ruruka, most importantly, the swimsuit one that we had, she's a good character too, but I'm only really using her because she's a +10 Linkstone farmer. In Ruruka's case, you know, if I was a massive Ruruka fan, she would be my go-to character, and it wouldn't be a bad go-to character for any, you know, heart-only content. In that case, though, for our very first run, 1 minute 55 second clear time. Honestly, for a 1 out of 5 character, quite respectable given that we don't have killer. If we had killer, maybe we could take it down to maybe 1 minute and 30. But let's try that once more, potentially can get a bit faster. Lucky for us, this map is actually kind of linear. We have to be a bit careful with these stats and procs. or the more so the pause on the floor. But linear maps like this make the SA1 even better. Even an SA2, which is pretty straightforward. It is a vortex attack, and I do like it. I think it works in her favor, since it does give her that extra chance to inflict stat elements. But this map allows us to pretty much kill most mobs with just one attack, potentially multiple ways, right? Let's go ahead and use our SA2 there, or SA1 more so, and you can see we already hit the next wave. SP boost is worn off, but that's fine. We can use our SA2. Already got the SP boost back right away. You'd love to see it. Let's go ahead and use our SA3, then SA1, attack the enemies from afar, and then we can use our SA2. Already they're going down, so is Uryu before we can even get to us, which is actually really cool. In this case, we're going to use our SA2 here, then SA1. That does a good amount of damage into the 3. Did that go into the boss stage? It might have. It didn't. That's fine. We haven't taken any damage whatsoever just yet, but again, if we do, we're going to be able to get back up to full stamina, and the bosses are going down super quick. I'm really impressed. I'm really, really impressed. And she needs to be this good too, because keep in mind, she is a hard character, right? It's a very, very competitive attribute. Let's use our Soulbomb again, into the 3, back up, then 2. And these small mobs stay alive, but again, we had strong attacks to follow up, and there we go. If we were playing with a team of 4, which you're usually doing COP, I like to showcase characters by themselves to show how good they actually are. That 20% strong attack damage buff does go a long way, helping your team do more damage. In that case, a 1 minute and 20 second play time. Wow. Ruruka, she's kind of insane. She's kind of insane. She really is. But that's what, again, you get every month with a Limit Breaker character. We're going to get another character like this next month, and they're going to be equally as insane. I don't think she's, like, the best Limit Breaker character, though. She's definitely not nearly as good as, you know, Yuha and Kyoge, other Limit Breaker characters like Yachi, for example. But she's definitely not the worst. That might actually make for an interesting video sometime in the future where we rank all the Limit Breaker characters. I'd say she's kind of like the middle tier of Limit Breaker character, which, again, is a good thing, because all the Limit Breaker characters are actually relatively good. All really good, actually. Some of our problems like, you know, Nini, for example, the Halloween version. But I don't think this Ruruka really has that many problems to actually point out in gameplay. Like, sure, she could have been better had she had other things, but that's just, there's no point saying that, right? What she has right now, I think, is good enough. And she's going to make for a very good Limit Breaker in this upcoming Limit Breaker quest, which is scheduled to come out in less than a week. Unfortunately, though, I started spamming my SA1 when it wasn't ready. Minor gameplay mistake, that's fine, though. One thing to keep in mind, though, is if you do down with a character like this that has the enemies defeated bonus, the gauge itself doesn't reset, so I think that's actually kind of cool. Our combo did reset, though, so we are doing a tad bit less damage, but that's fine. We'll already get back up to 10% relatively fast. Yeah, I think the greatest part about this character is that SA1. You know, the SA2, I think, is good. I don't mind it. Definitely the worst part about her. I might just play him right now. But, you know, if she had any different SA1, that would have been a massive problem. I don't think she would have been nearly as good. The guaranteed beam in front of her is going to be really good for any linear maps like these. And it's also going to be, again, really good for Limit Breaker where she wants to be designed, right? Let's use our Soul Bomb into the SA3 and then finish up these lads with the SA1. The weakened defense is actually quite noteworthy here, especially when we take it into Epic Raids and, again, Limit Breaker. If you potentially pair her with someone like Yuha, who they are kind of encouraging you to use this month in Limit Breaker, where you get to use 2 Soul Bombs, and since you apply weakened defense, it's going to allow you to clear your stages even faster, right? And that also goes for Guild Quest too. She's going to be also equally insane in Guild Quest when we can eventually showcase her there. Next up, though, let's take it into the ultimate Grand Fisher Awakened Epic Raid. Currently, right now, we are a bonus kickdown man. We are getting that 2 times damage effect. We're also really fortunate enough here to have actual killer. The build is the exact same. Links are very similar. This time, I'm using the 1000-Year Blood with Ichigo link. Really powerful link for Ruruka. Any hard character, really. And in this case, for bonus abilities, we are going with full stamina and, of course, also SP. Usually, I would change to weakened defense, and you definitely still can do that because weakened defense can stack, but I feel like right now I'm just happy with the SP. So I actually haven't farmed this Epic Raid just yet. It's been a few years since I played the Grand Fisher Epic Raid, so we'll see how it does go. Let's use our SA2 right away, though, in the hope to inflict stat elements. Let's go forward. The Long Strike does help us out, getting in our combat relatively quick. In this case, though, despite us again being bonus, we were able to clear the first phase in just under 20 seconds, and that was without applying the SP boost too. We've now applied the weakened defense. We're now doing significantly more damage, 90 per hit on the Vortex, 50k on the final hit, 200k, I think 400k on that SA1. That's actually really, really good. Let's go forward again. Hopefully inflicting a star summon here so we can get the SP boost. Unfortunately, that's fine, though. We did get the SP boost there. Let's go up here. Relatively easy run for our very first run. 49-second clear time with a 1 out of 5 Rook. And there we go. It's always funny having a defeat enemy bonus where the kill is just 1. So remember, Epic Raids in a way is kind of Ruruka's worst game mode, right? But she's still going to be really good in this mode. And in that case, 48-second clear time. Let's try that once more, though, in the hopes that we can get SP boost right from the get-go. First phase, unfortunately, wasn't the best for us. Maybe should use my Soul Bomb right away. There we go. We got on the SA3. That's good. Yeah, looks like we're able to do like 200k per hit, I believe, on that SA1. There we go, 14 seconds there. We're going to wait for the SP boost to wear off like now, for example. Then we're going to use our Soul Bomb now. There we go, that applied the drain. A lot of damage on that SA3, wow. There we go, super fast second phase. And now again, we just got to kind of hope for the SP boost. Can we do it? I'd like to think we can. We can't, unfortunately. There we go, we just got it as I was speaking. There we go, a significantly faster run. Not significant, tad bit faster, tad bit faster. 43 second, 42 second run. Not surprising from Ruka, right? Although keep in mind, this boss itself only has 23 million HP. Traditionally, the most recent bosses that we have been going against had 50 mil. So this is half of what it normally is. So potentially this character would clear a 50 million epic rate in just under 2 minutes. Maybe a minute and 20 seconds, 40 seconds. Maybe a minute and 30 seconds, which again is quite respectable. Alright then, so next up we're doing a 200% bonus run. In this case, we have 2 Marukas, including myself. And we have some other weird characters with us, you know, Gin and also Mayuri, but they are bonuses right now. But even having said that, doesn't mean they're going to be that good. So we're probably going to be doing a lot of carrying here with the 2 Marukas. That's fine though. 1 Maruka is enough to clear it under 1 minute. 2, with these lights here on our team, we should hopefully get this quest done in just under 30 seconds. Especially when we do use our summon, since we are applying weakened defense, right? Already get my SP boost right from the get-go. You'd love to see it. Clearing the first phase in just under 5 seconds. Let me go ahead and use my Soul Bomb. Weakened defense has been applied. Hopefully everyone else has strong attacks to follow up. Looks like we do. Going through this phase relatively fast. Really fast, actually. And then now the other Maruka used their summon, but I don't think it applied the weakened defense. And maybe it did, I don't know. But we just cleared that quest in under 16 seconds. Maybe Ichigo should have had a Valentine's Ruka to help him out when going against Grand Fisher back in the early days of Bleach. But there we go, 15-second clear time. Ruka, a beast, and there's still more Ruka gameplay to come, right? She's a very versatile character that's going to excel in both Go Quest and also Limit Breaker, which we can't show right now, but we will do when those quests do become available. I feel like she's a great addition to the game, a good addition to the heart attribute, a good Ruka. Finally, Ruka's can actually have like a powerful character to play with that isn't just a farmer. And at the same time, I'm very happy to have her on my account because she is a ranged holo killer, which surprisingly, you know, there's not that many really powerful holo killers out there that are ranged in particular. The Nightmare range holo GQ came around and I couldn't beat it. And I feel like it came down to my lead not being good enough. And had I had Ruka, might have been able to do it, especially, again, when paired with Kyugo. Either way, I'm a big fan of this character. Think she's a good addition to the game. In the comments below, let me know what you'd like to think about her. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.